Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about how to pass data in React Native as props, and also we're going to talk about what is even bubbling in React Native. So first I run the project with expo start, and here I have project running. I'm going to run the project in my browser. So it's opening my browser, and let's see. Alright. So it should open a new tab. And basically while it's happening, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our so we're gonna talk about components as well. So in my dashboard, let's see, so I have my email and password here, and what I want to do is I want to have a input field, and in the input field I will pass data. Like I'm gonna make a component, and then I'm gonna pass my email and password in the input field from this data that I have that's coming from Redux. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's see. So I have this project running, and let me see if it goes to the next screen. Okay. Alright. What's the password? Let's pass. Alright, so here we are in the dashboard. So my target in this video is to make an input field as a component and pass the data and email and password. Let's see. So firstly, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a folder here called components. Alright, so right now I'm gonna make another folder here called input field. Alright, so I have a folder here. So I made a mistake in the name. Alright, and I'm gonna make index here, index.tsx. Alright, I'm gonna use my React Native snippets, rnfce. Let's see, here you go, rnfe. And if I do that, I have the boilerplate. And what I want to do here is I want to have a text field. So I'm gonna go back to my dashboard. I'm gonna go back to my sign in, and here I'm gonna copy my input field that I have. So it's coming from React Native Elements. I'll copy that. I'll go back to my input field component, and I'm gonna import that React Native input field from React Native Elements, and I'll write input. Alright, so I have that. And here what I want to do is I want to make a placeholder here. So I'll write placeholder email, and let's try that. So I have a view. I'm gonna remove the view here. I mean, you can have the view, doesn't matter, but as it's just an input field, I'm not gonna have anything else. So actually I can have two input fields here. Okay, never mind, so one. Remove this. So I'll change the name to input field, and I'll copy this one, paste it here. Alright, so right now I have this input field, and I want to test that if this input field works, if I can use this as a component. So this is a custom component. I want to see if that I can import this one and I can make it work. Okay, so I'm going to import my component that I created. I'm going to import that. Alright, so right now I'm going to save, and I should see my input field in my emulator. Alright, so it's going always in the dashboard, so I want to change my navigation. So I'm going to go to my app.tsx, and I'll do here. initial route name. I'm gonna do sign in. Oh, sorry, dashboard screen. Alright, so right now we'll be always in the dashboard screen, and we should see an input field in the dashboard. Alright, so here we have an input field in the dashboard. So I'm going to make it a mobile display here. Let's see. Alright, so here we have a mobile display. Great. So we have an input field here. And what I want to do, firstly, I want to go here and I want to give a style here so it doesn't look ugly. I'm going to give a border width. I'm going to say 1. So I have this. Actually, I can write container style because this style is coming from React Native Elements. So in the documentation, you can see the style for the input field. I can use container style. So border with 1, and I can do border radius. That's 5. Alright, so we have that. Let's see if it's working. And border width will be 500 pixel. Let's see, will be 300 pixel. Alright, so we have that. Let's see. Alright, so we have this text field and it's looking weird. I'm gonna remove this border width. Let's see what happens. Alright, so here we have the text field. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to pass the email in my text field. So what I can do, and this is about component, right? So we're in the component. How to do it? I can write a props here. I can write props. Simple. And props will have any. For now, we're not giving any types. So props, and here I'm gonna write a value for my text field. Value. So value of my text field will be props dot like say I can write here email, or I can write here value, for example. I can write here value. Alright, you can write here anything you want, but that will be the name, that will be a property for that. Okay, so here we're gonna pass down our email. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna write here value because I have defined my value props as value. So I'm gonna copy this data, I'm gonna paste it here. Let's see what happens. So you can see here I'll have my email address here. A moment. Okay, I don't have my email address here because I didn't log in and that was coming from Redux, but I'll show you in a moment. So what I can do here, if there's no email address, so if this is undefined, or like this is how you write, if this is undefined, and this will be like no data found. Okay, so if I save this, so if I don't have this one, which is coming from Redux, because I'm not coming from sign-in screen, right? That's why I don't have the data. So then this will render this one. Alright, see, it's working. So my component is working, and I can do, so same component, I can copy, paste, and I can have multiple, right? And I can do this one for password. But also another thing I want to do is I want to change the name of my email because I don't want everything to be email. I want to make it dynamic. So what I want to do is I want to change this one, and I can write here props dot placeholder, for example, and I can go back to my dashboard and I can write here placeholder equals to password, and I can write here placeholder equals to email. Done. Okay, great. So I have placeholder here, and you should see here placeholder. So it should work as you see, right? And if I don't have this data, you can see the placeholder is working fine. It should say password. So which means I can pass the data from one component, from screen to the components. I'm passing the data. So I'm passing down the data, right? From one here, I'm passing down to the input field. All right, so this is how we do it. So what if I want to pass up? I want to pass data from input field to the parent. So this is the parent. So we're in the dashboard. Say dashboard is the parent, and the children of the dashboard is the input field, right? So, but right now my what I want to do is I want to pass data from my input field. So right now what we have done here is passing data from the dashboard to the input field, right? So but now what I want to do is I want to pass data from input field to the dashboard. So what I can do here, for example, on change, right? On change text, and I want to pass my on change text to my dashboard. Let's see. So I can do it like this, props on change text, and here I have, as you see here, I'm gonna write here. All right, so I'm gonna write here on change text, and I can do the same thing here. I can do like a value, or you can write whatever you want, string, and I can do console log value. Let's see if it works. So I'm gonna pass my email. I'm getting the data from this input field is going upwards to my dashboard. So I have the value. So now I can like set it. I can do a set state and store it here. So I can do the same thing with the password. So let's see if it works. I'm gonna remove this. I cannot remove this because it's like by default it will always be this. So I'll remove this. So if I remove that, I will have the email, and if I type something here, and as you see, as I'm typing here, let's see, so it doesn't show in my console, but it should show in my, okay, let's see. So where is my, here. Okay. Okay, so it's not showing here. So how do display the data if it's working? Another way we can do is I can do a set state, right? So we have a set email. I can set email here, and I can do set email, and I can do value. And if I have the value here, I can put so I already have this, but I can write here email. Right, I already have this, so if there's no data right now, so I can display the email, so it should work. So right now I don't have anything, but if I type, see, it's working, right? So yeah, so here I have a custom component, right? And also I'm passing data upwards to my dashboard, and in this way you can make a custom component, and you can have different component and with different styling, and you can reuse the component. And let's see what else. You can also have more functionality here, like you can store the state here, but that is not recommended because we want to make this stateless component. So this way, this is called dumb component. I'm gonna write here. So this is called dumb component. That's literally dumb component. Why is it called dumb component? Because by itself it doesn't do anything. It is dependent on the parent. So the parent is passing data from so that the parent is passing data, and then it is displaying the data. So it's by default it doesn't have any data, right? So it is a dumb component. It's not making any API requests. It's not doing anything. So what is a smart component? So this is a smart component because here we have all the data and everything, all the actions happening here. And here I am passing the data down to my dumb component. So dumb component just receives the data and displays to the renders the data. So everything you can make small components like this, and every component can have data passing from the parent. So that's it. That's all for the video. Thank you so much.